Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions, and welcome to the newcomers. Happy New Year if you're just tuning in for the first time. I greatly appreciate you doing that. I hope that you resonate with my readings and my love connection readings that I do daily. Now this is take number 2 because I have a new setup and it kind of the camera just started to droop, and so take 2. But what I do want to say is a little bit of an intro for those that are new. I am a psychically guided tarot card reader of many, many years and an aspiring astrologist who had really studied the compatibility and the love connections between all of the zodiac signs since I was 12 years old, and just became so enthralled and so profoundly amazed at how accurate it is and why certain people do hang out and so on and so forth. And so I've started this channel and started to do this in the last year. And I always start with a featured sign every day. And I've been starting around the zodiac wheel just to kind of know who that featured sign will be for people who, you know what day more or less to come back and see. Today we're on the 3rd sign in the wheel, and that is Gemini. And then Spirit always likes me to choose a specific highlighted connection for today and onward. I mean, it can last, these messages can last, there's no linear time for them. Whenever you watch them is good. And what I do is I pull 3 major category messages with my beautiful tarot deck, and today's highlighted ended up being Scorpio. So we have the highlighted connections of Gemini and Scorpio for today, January 3rd, 2021. And may I also say welcome back all the returning clients and viewers. I call you clients because I'm a massage therapist and that just comes out naturally. But I meant to say viewers, and I hope you'll be a client at one point because readings are coming and I'll probably do them twice a week. If you're interested right now, please leave me a comment. In order to do that, you do need to be subscribed, and I would love you to be subscribed. I just want you to feel a real resonance with me. But yes, please feel free to be a part of my channel. I would absolutely love that. And so I'm going to go back to what I was saying. First and foremost, Gemini is an air element. So that is our featured sign. Gemini is a mutable sign. They're very adaptable, very capable of changes. And boy, do they like changes. I mean, it's hard to keep up with them sometimes. They have an energy that's unmistakable. And the air is the mind. The air signs represent thoughts. The air sign of Gemini represents their ruling planet of Mercury. So once again, majorly intelligent, very analytical, very focused on learning and expansion and growth of subjects and topics of all sorts. I mean, trust me, I've always met Geminis who know pretty much a little bit about everything. And they always keep you going. They're witty, they're fun, they're, once again, changeable. Their archetype is that of the twins, so you may get a really happy, outgoing one day, and then maybe the next kind of solemn and maybe very serious and studious. You don't necessarily always know, but they keep you going, keep you on your toes. They have a very fast, like I said, mind, and they're very interested in keeping things going. They have this energy level that just, it's contagious in ways, but you know, they get bored easily, a short attention span a lot of times. You know what I'm talking about, Gemini. I love you. I'm a fellow air sign, so I have a lot of Geminis in my life, family members, friends, you know, you name it. I always tend to, you know, connect with them. And so, yeah, Geminis are beautiful, and they're great at teaching, and they love to express. You know, that's the main thing. And this year, with the big conversion of, you know, air's quality from Earth, and the major conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, and then Sun sign Aquarius season happening on the 19th. We're still in Capricorn. We've had a lot of Capricorn. It's still kind of that familiar feeling. It's nothing different. It's just keeping grounded and organized and practical and, you know, kind of almost constrained about things. It has a lot to do with government, a lot to do with, you know, things being the status quo, you know, not much change. Well, all that's changing. Let me just put that out there right now. So Gemini is going to be doing really well because that harmonious energy with Aquarius, their fellow air sign, is going to be very prominent the whole year. And it's going to work with them. And not that they hadn't had that, you know, last year. A lot of Geminis I know actually were doing really well financially. So I know it's variable, and it's a certain portion of you would agree because they were working, you know, the whole time. But Gemini is an exciting, wonderful, caring, fair-minded sign. You know, they love love, they love having friends, they love being social, and they have a heart of gold. They may forget your birthday, they may, you know, forget to call you when they say they're going to call you. They're so busy, their mind's constantly going, but they're really beautiful, beautiful energies and friends and lovers. And then Scorpio, well, Scorpio is a water element. Scorpio is the deepest, more intense water sign out of the water signs. And there's a good reason for that. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. And Pluto is the major planet of depth and transformation. I mean the type where we transform internally, just going in and recognizing the good, the bad, and the ugly, and deciding how we want to change, how we want to reinvent, how we want to grow, succeed, and everything it takes to reach our best selves, the phoenix rising from the ashes, basically, you know, going through the changes and the cycles and the patterns that we need to go through, the dark night of the soul, the return of Saturn, you name it. All of that is very familiar with the Scorpio, and they want to help others transform, you know. They have great intentions, and they're the most excited and happy when they're able to do just that. And that includes in their relationship. They can be very possessive, boy. They love the people they love. They don't necessarily want to share that. All that can be worked on, of course, to make it more of an even balance, because you always want that, right, when it comes to relationships. Now, Scorpio is a fixed sign, so they're pretty set in their ways about things. They don't like changes unless it's they're made through them. But they also could be extremely adaptable. You know, when they love somebody, they are willing to go the extra mile. And the loyalty is very, very pronounced with a Scorpio. You know, but if they do get hurt, they don't easily forget it. And it's an interesting dichotomy between the air of a Gemini and a Scorpio. But I see it all the time. Also because I have to mention there's a great physical and intimate kind of relationship that goes on with these two. And let's face it, that's a huge part of relationships, you know? I mean, you want that to be balanced too, but it definitely, I mean, there's such an attraction that comes with this mysterious energy of Scorpios. You don't always know exactly what they're thinking, but they are very straightforward. I mean, it's kind of black and white. So it's not like they're, I've known quieter Scorpios for sure. But a lot of times they just don't necessarily want to reveal. And when they do, they will. You know, but getting to know them and understand the beauty of them and the depth and the passion they have. They're also incredibly psychic, very, very intuitive, very capable and empathic human beings that sense people's feelings, understand what you're thinking before you do at times. You know, there's the water, there's the receptivity and the nurturing and that depth that's so important and so alluring, you know. So this is a good combination. And I was saying, believe it or not, last recording, that I was feeling really good about these two because I think last year, for many reasons, either had relationships too close together or not close enough, and all that's kind of going to be worked through, and all that's starting to feel better, you know. The energies of the planets, of course, play a big part in that. The moons, of course, the full moon in Cancer. I mean, I'm still kind of feeling that. It was beautiful and everything, but it was very, very emotional. And, you know, Scorpio is a fellow water sign, so they feel the tides, they feel the currents, they feel all of that as well. Great love, great attraction, good times to be had. So then I went on to say that with the highlighted connections, I always do 3 major category messages. And this month I'm using my beautiful, oh my gosh, they're brand new. It's the Queen of Tarot deck. The backs are incredible. It's our third eye, that deep intuition we all have, and to utilize it and to recognize it and to feel really strong and empowered by it in the silence, you know. And the illustrations are absolutely beautiful. It is a deck, if you're interested, I don't get any money or anything from this. I'm just wanting to share the beauty of them if anybody's interested. And it is, all the artwork and words are by Letty Jane Rennekamp. Isn't that a beautiful name? So yeah, just letting you know that. Now, your first category, I went on to the second and then I realized the camera was weird. The first category though, overall energy with the two of you, the catalyst that led you to this reading and the energies that have been kind of percolating between you at this point is the Queen of Cups. So I just love seeing that. I mean, it is the Queen of Tarot deck, the Tarot of Queen deck, or I believe that's what it said. I'm not sure. But I love this because that's that water energy. That is that depth. That's the real deal. That's the intuition. That's the inner work, the inner world of all of us. And the emotional satisfaction and creativity, because the cups represent the best, most creative parts of us. And right now, you know, this is a beautiful time to instigate. We've got the new moon happening in Capricorn on the 13th. So that's not that far from us, and that is the time to really, really put down our intentions for the creations to start this year, because we're still going to be kind of shaken off for a while, the effects of last year, and this is a year of healing. Another very important aspect of water is the healing qualities that they provide, and the moon, the full moon did with Cancer. But just knowing that, you know, this is a beautiful energy to invoke that and to empower us with that. So things are good. Things are feeling really good with you two. Whether it's the beginning of this relationship, family, partnership at work, whatever it is, it's like a new beginning. You know, you have that reset button that you can start this year. So I really like that for you. The second category is always the possible blessings or obstacles. And you got the King of Swords. So you're exactly and perfectly in alignment with the energies that are pronounced right now with that major conjunction of Aquarius that went into Saturn and Jupiter on the 17th, and then, it's the 21st of December. The same day it became winter solstice. It's all very, very powerful. It's all about reinventing new truth, speaking, communication, words, connecting truth, breaking free, independence. You know, straightforward communication though. There's no mincing of words when it's with the air sign. And they are known for being detached, as Gemini is too. Basically, it's not that they're not emotional or sensitive. Trust me on that. Some of the most emotional people I've met are air signs. It's that when they are working and they are thinking of ways to expand and grow and to help and to pass on the words and pass on the information, they work very hard at detaching their emotions for it so it doesn't filter their abilities to express. You know, it's that compartmentalizing and strategizing that happens. And it's important, you know, but in the end results are great. This is what this is about. So this is also, like I said, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So you might have somebody in the mix right now that you're very much talking with, that you're wanting information. They could represent legal lawyers or, you know, doctors or anybody wanting to get your checkups, wanting to find out about, you know, important things regarding your taxes now or your insurances. All those things right now have a lot to do with that. The Scorpio influence is in the 8th house that we're speaking of as far as the highlighted connection today. And that is the house of other people's money, sex, drive, you know, inheritances, you know, borrowing, once again, insurances. So that's very interesting how it's very relative to what's being said here. And that might be the blessing that's coming, or the obstacle you're still working through and getting answers for all of those categories I mentioned. So stay tuned, because I feel really positive. We still have a few things to work through this month. We all know what that is. And answers will be done, and then we can move forward after that. And that's important. you know, but it has to be those few changes still, and many more, of course, in our life, but predominantly this month. So the last category is the category of finances, and also just our practical, you know, tangible, physical things we can see that make us comfortable, the things that make us feel secure and stable. And your specific, beautiful message for all of the, whoops, there it came, highlighted connections of Gemini and Scorpio. Whoops. What is this? Oh, the Four of Pentacles, right? Absolutely. It makes absolute sense. Now, I didn't say it, but more so than the Gemini, the featured sign, Scorpio is extremely good with their money. They can be a little bit tight with it because they recognize the importance of saving, investing properly for the rainy day kind of aspect. They think ahead. They understand, like I said, the law and the currents and how things go up and down, and that's certainly been the case. And the Four of Pentacles is just about holding on to what you have right now. Not going crazy, not being too extravagant, which I think a lot of air signs that I've known, Geminis, they're just like, yep, let's do it. I'll make more. It's good. That's the kind of mentality. So you always say you have to have one person in the relationship that does think about money if you want to save and amass wealth. And that's cool, you know. I know that the Gemini is certainly capable of being good at handling money and money management. Don't misunderstand me at all, but I feel like out of the two, there's going to be more of a inclination for the Scorpio to be the one to put the kibosh on extra spending, especially right now, you know, until they're convinced, or the right investment, you know, or extra, you know, lending of money. Sure, they're generous, and yes, they want to help, and they will, but in moderation, I guess is the best way to say it. The Four is stability. The Four is staying strong. I think you're perfectly okay right now. You're able to make it, but you're not, you know, you're not at a point where you just want to go, oh yeah, let's just go on that, you know, dream vacation right now. It's not going to happen. It can happen later in the year, though. I must say that. This feels good. It feels stable. Once again, things are working out with the two of you, and it's a slower process because everything's slow right now. But I like that a lot, and I love this reading for you. I think it's beautiful. It represents our heart, your hearts. It represents your mind, and it represents your possessions and your material things. You know, very much a part of our lives, spiritual or not. Have to have it in this 3D world, right? So I hope that you like that and you're resonating right now with that. But give it time if not, and come back for your mid-month reading, because I go around the zodiac wheel and I start again and I do the, you know, Aries to Pisces, and sometimes it's very different from the beginning, right? With all the different aspects and changes in the planetary energies and so forth. And so it's interesting to see if it's similar or if it's staying basically the same, or if it's, you know, change. But with that new moon, I would imagine the mid-months will definitely have changes, or certainly instigating the changes. So now I'm going to read your beautiful Oracle Divination messages. I absolutely love these decks. I have new ones and I trade them in and switch them around. But the only one I switched around was the mid one, and I'll explain what it is because I'm so in love with this beautiful Starseed Oracle deck. And it just is so full of love and guidance and upliftment and encouragement and inspiration, divine guidance, you know, just who doesn't want that? And so the illustrations are phenomenal. This is Rebecca Campbell, and the artwork is Danielle Noel. It's, well, I'll show it to you, but this is a special guidance for all of the Geminis and all of your connections, all the zodiac signs, in addition to the highlighted. This message is just for you, so I hope that you will take this in and really just embrace it. Oh my gosh, they're so new. I've only pulled, I guess, like 8 or 10 of them now. Double mission. Sound familiar, Gemini? So perfect. Thank you, Spirit. Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. Well, we have to do that. We have to be authentic. Not everybody's going to dig it. Not everybody's going to agree. It doesn't matter. Be you, and I'll be me. How's that? I think that's a song. Double mission, though, you know. I mean, I'm going to read to you from the book what it really means, but I already like it in the context that Gemini does have that duality to them. And what it says for you in double mission is, it is in alphabetical order. There's a lot of C's. Double mission. Thank you, Sun. Lightworker starseeds are mission and purpose-oriented. Many have the feeling that time is running out and there's something they came here to do. Create or contribute. And it's so true, because so many times, like I said, that energy with Gemini's, oh, I got to do here, I got to be here, you know, like they are in a timeline. And they don't necessarily have a timeline, but they feel like they do. Maybe it just keeps them, you know, energetic within. They're here to grow as souls individually, individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way, collective mission. That's the double mission, individual and collective. Their collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or that they're forgetting something important. It's common for lightworker starseeds to feel that they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. Absolutely perfect. As they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and step into it even more fully now. You're being reminded that your role as a lightworker is to light up the world with your presence. It doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a big plan. If you resonate with being a lightworker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of the things that light you up and then lose yourself in doing, you'll light up the world without even trying. And the main soul inquiry is, how can you serve the world by being you? I just love that. You know, I love that for every one of us. But Gemini, the dual, the double, the everything, the way you just, you know that you want to create, you question it at times, but, you know, just being you and continuing to, you know, to light up your world and others in the process. It's a beautiful, beautiful message for you and all your connections, because you're a very social person. I know you have tons of connections. It's another thing about Gemini. Very social, very, very much into, you know, relationships and connecting. So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing for you. And then the next category, excuse me, the next oracle is one of my favorites also, because they're all my favorites, is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And that's so perfect because it's about my love connection readings, and it's John Holland. This one pops right out. I just have to do it for you, and it's so beautiful as well. All of these are just, I look forward to creating my tarot deck. It's part of my my wish list. And look at this, number 16, the title is Rebuild. And it's just an angelic, you know, entity there, and just holding on to the heart and really believing and feeling inspired, you know, and motivated and creating, co-creating is what's coming to mind. But rebuild, that's what this year is. We need to rebuild from what has happened. And we will. There isn't a doubt in my mind about that. And so the very special message for number 16 and rebuild is, isn't that interesting? Okay. Well, it says pretense, revelation, keyword, collapse, exposed, create, pretense, revelation, and awareness. It's like a big kind of soup of ingredients, isn't it? The dynamics of a relationship can often be complicated. The longer you've been in a relationship, the more complicated it can be, or the more complex. Relationships begin to grow in many layers, consisting of joy, sorrow, honesty, and duplicity. There's the duplicity again, Gemini. It's pretty uncanny, isn't it? As these layers build on top of each other, it becomes increasingly difficult to know what the core of the relationship is based on. What was once love may now appear to be merely tolerance, or worse. Even in good relationships, you may find yourself growing apart from the other person. In either case, the weight of these layers can cause a relationship to collapse. Oh, I have to read more because we don't want to end it on that note. And I know there's something more uplifting to be said to you. Yeah. Now may be the good time to start fresh with one or more of your relationships. Peel off the layers one by one. Cut away any pretense and see what may be revealed. Find the core of the relationship and decide if it's still what you want and what you find attractive. If so, then discard the old layers and consciously create a new commitment with this person or persons. I love that analogy because of course we all go through things like this in our relationships. After this past year, I mean it really, really made a difference for people. They either just said no or yeah, yes, let's keep it going here. Anyway, let's see. A new commitment with this person or persons, one based on truth, honesty, and love. Use the awareness gained by this exercise to steer the relationship on a clear, steady course. The same applies to rebuilding the relationship with yourself. Gosh, does it ever. Examine your many layers of joy and sorrow, successes and failures, and think about how they're affecting your ability to love yourself and therefore to find love. Expose the false voices that tell you that you're unworthy and silence them. When you do, your true value will be revealed. Rebuild your life around unconditional love for yourself and invite in unconditional love from others. The affirmation is, I cut to the core of my relationships and consciously rebuild them. Now, the normal traditional tarot archetype for this particular affirmation and message is the Tower. Well, that makes sense. You know, that foundation may be okay, but the top may be kind of faltered and it has to come off in order to build it and rebuild it and feel stable, right? Excuse me, I'm not sick, but it's all good. So that's amazing. Beautiful. Like I said, these are just things that we, I'm sure, know in a lot of ways, but sometimes we forget. And if you don't know it, it's even better because it just perks you and inspires you and reminds you that, yeah, that's another perspective. That's another way to look at this relationship. Peeling away the layers, right? The last and my most favorite, I don't know if it's my most favorite, I just love it. I keep bringing it out, is the Super Attractor Manifestation message. This is about building the life that you truly, truly want through the law of attraction. You hear about law of attraction all the time. The simple aspect of it is that we need to feel with everything we are, and definitely our heart, what we want. And that's what we'll put out into this universe, and that's what will come back to us. Not what we don't want, only what we want. And that's important because for a long, long time, I was saying, well, I definitely don't want this. But even saying that creates that and brings it into your life, right? So just only think about what you want. Feel it with everything you are, and you will create that. That is the law. Let us see what your beautiful affirmation or mantra you can use to keep that going, to build that kind of energy within yourself is. For all of the Geminis and all your beautiful relationships in your life. And it's so beautiful. I am as well. This is a beautiful, beautiful message. I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. Look at that. Whew. And yeah, when you look up and you see this incredible, huge galaxy, and we are such a mere speck in it all, but we're so relevant, and every one of us matter. Every energy matters. Every thought matters. You know, the consciousness becomes one. And it's so important to know that, you know, and just be as happy and as joyful and as caring and as loving as you can be, and to thrive in that, and to be in awe, to feel that sense of awe. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I apologize for the second take, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have not, like I said, subscribe, please do me that favor. I'm really on this campaign now too. I got to get to 1,000 subscribers and even more, I think, watch time hours for YouTube to continue to let me grow and to bring in new content and to evolve and do the readings. So that would be so grateful, and it's a simple, beautiful way, and it's free to show me your support. And even if you don't, come on back, because I'll be here. Take good care of yourself until I see you next time. Thanks. Bye for now.